Last week we got up to when Maharaj says to Vaheguru, they say, with your own hands, more acha nij kar de kariye. With your own hands, na, save me. Sometimes we think nij kar. What is that nij? Kar. Kar means your hands. Nij means your own. Apne haath na manu bachao. Not just with somebody else's. With your own hands. Now, some people say, well, you asking for God to come yourself. Who are the hands of Vaheguru? This is a good thing to think about for us. The Khalsa, Maharaj says, Khalsa mero mukha hai anga. Khalsa keho sad sanga. The Khalsa, they say, Maharaj says, is my mukh ang. It is my main limb. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਅੰਗ ਹੈਗੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਦੇ 4 ਅੰਗ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ 2 ਬਾਹਾਂ 2 ਪੈਰ Maharaj says ਮੇਰਾ ਮੁੱਖ ਅੰਗ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਹੀ ਹੈਗਾ. So when the Khalsa comes to save us, who should we thank? Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. Because Khalsa is also Guru Gobind Singh Ji's roop. So when we say with your own hand, who is the hand of Vaheguru? The Khalsa. We're saying, Maharaj, save me. But in a way, when the Sikh is doing the Sardas, the Sikh, as a Gur Sikh, is saying, Maharaj, send me your Gur Sikhs to save me. Your Nijkar, your Nijkar. Sorry, I say sometimes a kar by mistake. But Nijkar, more cha, Nij kar de kariye. With your hands, save me. Who is the ideally for us, the Gur Sikh? So, in a way, we have to live up to Akal Purukh's own bachan for the Khalsa. We have to live up to that expectation that our Guru has for his Sikhs. To start going out into this world and saving people, to start going out into that world and behaving like God's own fingers. The problem with the current Panth, if we look around our Panth, is that we've forgotten that we're Guru Gobind Singh's own fingers and hands and toes. We've come to do his job. But we start doing our own job. Apne kar piche, apne parivar piche, apne piche. We're behind ourselves, and in that way, we end up doing all these things that are actually only about ourselves, but very little to do with our big mission. So sari dunya pali hui hai. The Khalsa has forgotten its own mission as well. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji is reminding us that mission every day in their asar. Every day in Gurbani, every day in Part, they remind us of this mission. The problem happens when people who have got the Sikh Sarup stop reading Bani, or if they're reading Bani, they stop listening to it. It's going in one ear and out the other way. It hasn't stopped in the middle for a bit of vichar. We've really made our mission really low. We went today to Hyde Park to do prachar on Speaker's Corner. Interesting place. Shuru to koi siga nahi utte. But later on, loads of people turned up. We were there till about 3:30. So many people came to find out what are people here to talk about. And then Maharaj Ji Kirpa, we're talking about Sikhi. And it's interesting, not one person was upset about learning about the mission of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. Everybody is so happy listening. So everybody is sitting there smiling, saying, wow, it's so nice, it's so nice, it's so nice. All you could see was nodding heads. Apart from, obviously, there are some people that come there just to argue. There was a couple of Muslims that came there just to argue. After about half an hour, I said to one guy, I said, Bhai Sahib, my Guru says to me, Baad be baad, kahe su na kije, rasna ram rasayan pije. My Guru says, don't argue with anybody, koi fayda nahi. Try and drink the amrit with your tongue. I said, before you turned up, we were having quite a nice discussion, and I was feeling that ras of naam. After you've turned up, it's killed it. So I said, I'll do a benti to you. Do me a favor, do us all a favor. Just please go away. Look at the kirpa of Akal Purukh Vaheguru, chala gaya. Yeah? He understood that he's actually ruining everybody else's rasta, chala gaya. But what is that nijkar? That we are supposed to be that nijkar. Now I was talking to these people about the kirpan, and some of them got a bit upset. They said, what gives you the right to wear a kirpan? I said, well, to be honest, I have the right under British law to carry a kirpan. And I said to him, it's good that we've got kirpans, the Sikhs should have weapons. He says, that's not right. No one should have weapons. I said, the police have weapons, army has weapons, He goes, yeah, but they're official. I said, well, we're official too. I said, we're not civilians. He goes, what do you mean you're not a civilian? You are definitely a civilian. You're just a normal person. I said, no, we're not. The Khalsa is not a civilian. We have a discipline that is actually stronger than the discipline of the army people. We've got a code of conduct. We've got a rehat maryada, not to take drugs, not to smoke, not to drink, not to mess around outside marriage, to control our lust, anger, pride, greed and attachment. These all make up the code of conduct. And they were like, no. And I was like, yep, we're definitely not civilians. Because Guru Gobind Singh is saying to us, Khalsa Akal Purakh ki Fauj. Look, how can you say that we're civilians? How is a Khalsa a civilian? Guru Gobind is saying you're the army of God. Khalsa Akal Purakh ki Fauj. So I said to him, look, we have the right. I said, let me ask you a question, because you're questioning me on my right to have a shastra. I said, why do the British government let us carry a kirpan? Tusi o dasso. Why do they give us this right? He said, well, it's because they're scared of offending you. I said, that's not the reason. They were scared of offending. I said, they've known us for a long time. 150 saal ho gaye. They've known what the Sikhs are like. I said, let me ask you a question. There was once an island in Hong Kong that was full of ammunitions. There was in the British Army, when the British Army the British government owned Hong Kong now, there used to be an island there full of ammunition and munitions and all these things. I said, only Sikhs were allowed to go to the island. No one was allowed to go on the island apart from Sikhs. I said, Sikha di inni laaj hai ki duniya vich hai ki Guru ne aap namaskar karke kehta ki bas sirf tusi itthe sambho. We don't trust anybody else, we trust you. So that teaches you something, innit? What is it about us that lets the British government trust us so much that we can walk around with a weapon and no one else can? But they were like thinking, yeah, what is it about you? I said, let me tell you about us then. Main dasa sikhi hai ki. Then you understand why it is that people trust the Sikhs. Ajbi, when I was talking about Sikhi, everybody asked me, what about now? You talk about in the past, what about now? If we didn't have the examples of today, of the things that we do every day like langar, like when the London riots happen and we guarded the Gurdwara, if you don't have those examples now, we'll have nothing to say. One thing I want to make clear to the youth nowadays, because a lot of youth are sitting here and listening, even online as well. Do not leave Sikhi as something that our grandfathers and our great-grandfathers earned. Make it something that we also lived. Asi bhi kuch karke dikhaiye ki aapa bhi Sikh hege hain. We're not here to sit and talk about all our ancestors and what they did. We should be making history as well. And there are Sikhs that are making history. We should be supporting them, or we should be trying to become one ourselves. I'm not saying ki tusi badde ho ke apna praise about yourself. No, but we should be doing the things that our gurus told us to do. By doing that, the whole world will say, Tan Guru Nanak. Because that is the hand of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, the hand of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj is the Khalsa. So let us show them what our Guru does.